All right, what up? Bang, bang. Bang, bang, homies. It's time. I'm gonna knock out another one of these NEACE. What are we calling this now? We calling this NEACE Talks? NEACE Real Talks? NEACE Keeps It Real? I don't know what it is, but this morning, I wanted to talk about, and for anybody who's never been or watched these videos, I've been recording YouTube videos talking about just stuff that people want to know about, stuff that people want to discuss, what people want to talk about. And this morning, I decided to talk about college and how I think college is a waste. It is a waste. And then hear me out on this one. I'm not a college dropout. I went to a college called Full Sail University, which is a heavily promoted college in Florida, in the Orlando Winter Park area. And I'm speaking from that experience, also from the experience of my friends, also from what I've just seen in life. A lot of people think that you gotta go to college to be a successful human. And my parents, my parents raised me right for sure, but I don't think they really understood what college was about or what it was gonna do long term or how it was all gonna play out. I mean, how could they? Right? So yeah, this video is about why college is a waste of time. So basically, I went to school in Full Sail University in Florida, and was pretty excited to go to school for digital arts and design. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. Digital arts or like a liberal arts school or whatever, obviously going to be a waste of time. But the problem is, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't understand that when they go, when they finish high school, they're told all the time, like, you got to go to college, you got to do well in school, and then you got to go to college, and you got to do well in college, and then you magically get money. The problem with that theory is college is becoming more popular now, and quite frankly, a degree doesn't mean that much. And for my experience in college, and I didn't party. I stayed away from the party scene. I stayed away from the drinking scene. I mean, I don't drink. It just turned out for me that I went to a school far away from home, had $100,000 of debt, and then was stuck taking classes and being in a position where I was essentially grinding for a piece of paper under the impression that once I got that piece of paper, I would be just rocking in the real world. But let me tell you what really happened with college, okay? What really happened was I rushed to pick a college because right after I finished high school, it was like high school, now I gotta go to college. I rushed to pick a college, and the college was Full Sail. Rushed to pick a college, picked one of the more expensive colleges based on the marketing of the college, under the impression that if a school is marketed or is got a clean layout in their brand, it's obviously going to teach me how to be successful in graphic arts and design. And for those who are wondering, like, graphic arts and design, did you really want to do that? And the answer is not really, no. You're seeing what I really wanted to do right now on stream. You're seeing what I wanted to do. I wanted to do gaming related stuff. I wanted to be a part of the gaming scene, and graphic arts and design were, that was something that I didn't know, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do when I got into the real world. And I guess that's the point of me saying all this, is that most people that I've ever encountered, all of those people that have gone to school don't have great things to say about it. Don't have amazing things to say about it. It's not like many people are walking around going, oh my God, without school, I would have never, I would have never did this job or that job or whatever. What really winds up happening for most people is they go, well, I went to school, I got all this debt, and then I had to find a job immediately because I was pressured with all this debt over my head. And why did I do this right away? Or why didn't I pick something that was closer, that was cheaper? And like, it all just starts to add up. And then before you know it, you're sitting there feeling like you got conned, basically. Like you got ripped off. And for those who don't know my story, after I went to school for, 2 years, it was a 2 years accelerated bachelor's degree program. So I was in school basically full time, no summer off. After that time in college, I wound up joining the military to try to pay off the debt because it was so much pressure to basically take care of the debt. And then I wound up doing the military, and basically I did learn some stuff from Full Sail, but, and this is going to be a tough pill to swallow for many people, but the reality is, like, if you're not a self-motivated, a self-starter, going to these art schools, going to any school that isn't a proper trade, you're not gonna retain the information. Most likely you're not gonna retain the information, and most likely you're just gonna be that person that goes to school to get the piece of paper, and then you're gonna do that dumb shit where you wind up working a gas station cash register or God knows what else, all because you did college and put yourself in debt. So here's what here's the alternatives. If you're listening to this and you're like, well, this guy doesn't think that I should go to school, but I want to be successful, like, what the hell should you do? Well, for one, if you're doing any sort of art, any sort of design, any sort of coding, any sort of that, go invest in it. Like, for example, for Full Sail, I could have invested in the Adobe Suite, got myself a ball and laptop, started taking some online classes, joined some online communities and forums, and start making projects and working full-time towards building myself a portfolio. I guarantee you, doing that would have been way more efficient, and I would have been way better at my job if I understood that once I got into the real world and started looking for jobs, all the employers were looking for people with experience. They don't care about your degree. If you did something in relation to coding, programming, art, people don't care about degrees. They care about your friggin' projects. They care about whether or not you made something that's worth a damn. You go to an e-commerce firm and you've built yourself a functioning store that's branded, that works on its own, that's making you money right now, people are gonna hire you. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a photographer, no one cares that you have a bachelor's degree in photography. They want to see your fucking photos. They want to see whether or not you can actually make a decent looking photo. That's all they care about. Now, some people watching this are going to be like, well, I have I want to be a lawyer, and I'm good in school, I care about education, and I retain information well. Well, in my world, most of those people, like, those people are rare. People that are not only good at school, but are like, they are like learning and retaining that information. Rarely are they passionate enough about it to pursue it as a career. And if you are that top 1% of your high school or whatever, if you're top 1% of your high school or whatever academically, I'm like, good for you. Pursue it. My wife's 10 times smarter than me. My wife retains information like nobody else. She's the type of person, she'll sit there. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to play Jeopardy, but let me explain how it goes for people like me. And for the record, like I said, I got my degree. And I did pretty well. I think my GPA was like a 3 point something, right? It was a decent GPA, right? It wasn't miserable. When I play Jeopardy, I know maybe 5% of the answers at Jeopardy. Okay, my wife dominates Jeopardy. My wife dumps on Jeopardy. I can't even begin to play Jeopardy with my wife. That's somebody, in my opinion, who benefits from school, benefits from education. It's not like you sit there and learn all this information, leave school. Like, if you leave school and you think to yourself, well, I'm never going to use that again, and you have zero interest in it, that's probably a sign that you're doing the wrong thing. I mean, really. Okay, maybe you're not a smart guy. Maybe you're a handyman. My dad, for example. My dad's a super handy guy, right? I'm not. I suck. I can't do shit with automobiles, with building things. I can't do any of that. I'm just waiting, by the way, for the zone to move so I can take the rift. I can't do any of that shit. Okay, if that's your thing, you don't need to go to college necessarily for that. Right? You could just do like a vocational, something cheaper, where you actually just learn a trade. It's not like people aren't going to need plumbers. It's not like people are not going to need, someone to help install things around the house, to build stuff. It's not like those skills aren't needed, and it's not like it's gross for not doing, for not doing work where you're working in an office on like Wall Street. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that for me, I basically left college thinking I could have Googled all this. I could have invested in my own career. Oh, lots of action. I could have invested in my own career. I'm going to avoid this, I think. Uh-oh, he sees me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. It's a dick move. Why is he setting up in this friggin' storm? Potato Man? Are you addicted? You're addicted. Oh boy, this is gonna be a rough one. This is gonna be a rough struggle, isn't it? Hold on, we gotta go focus mode for a second to see if we can get out of this. Oh yeah. Wow, he choked. You choked real bad, buddy. Nice stream, yo. But yeah, anyways. It's just not worth it, dude. It's not worth being that guy who goes to school and then gets out of school, feels like they didn't learn anything, and then regrets the decision of doing it. It's not worth it. You'll just go through life being behind. I had to spend so many years to get to this point of doing what I probably would have just wound up doing if I had just committed to it. I knew I was passionate about gaming stuff. I knew this is what I wanted to do. If I just committed to it at an early age, if I just went all in on it, didn't get distracted by dumb shit, and just worked my way, I'd be bigger than I am right now on YouTube. I'd be bigger than I am right now on Twitch. A lot of the big success stories that I hear about on Twitch, on YouTube, are people that just did it right away. Didn't go, oh, this is something that I want to do. If you like working with your hands, building stuff, start building stuff. If you like artwork and painting, start painting stuff. Start making yourself a portfolio. Look at people that are successful, that are more successful than you, and then get to work. See what they do. Start copying what they do. Holy, do I eat storm damage? No. But that's the key, dude. If you're a handyman and you're looking and people are telling you, oh, you got to go to school to do that, dude. If you're passionate about if you're passionate about fixing shit and getting your hands dirty and working, like then get to work. Don't feel like you have to do college because that was my mistake. That was my big, like, one of my biggest mistakes. It wasn't that college didn't teach me anything. I learned how to use Photoshop. I learned how to use Illustrator. I learned how to use all the tools. I know it makes good logos, bad design, and I use that stuff for my stream, of course, for the direction of my stream and the direction of my brand. And, you know, and when I make decisions about things, it does help that I went to school. But at the same time, I'm normally just sitting here thinking to myself, I didn't really need to do that. I didn't really need to do that. It was a big no-go for me. Like I could have survived without it, is what I'm trying to say. And if you're academically, oh boy, I better get up here first. Yeah, I knew it. If you're academically a smart person, then go ahead and pursue being a lawyer. Pursue being a doctor. If you're good at school and you give a shit about what your teachers are teaching you and you want to learn. Wow, it's a bush creeping around. Then pay attention and then do what you want to do in school. Go to Harvard, go to Yale, where you actually will get money doing these degrees. Jesus, this is a lot of work, man. I got a bush creeping around. I got a guy under me being a dick. But the point is, commit to something that you're passionate about. Don't be that guy that just, like, accumulate. You know the amount of people that I've met that are like, I went to school, and they're like working at a gas station, or they're like unsure with what they want to do next, and they're going to more school. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Oh boy, it's just got messy. I just got warped again. I just got warped up my ramp. I don't want to get shot from the side. This is messy. Someone under me too. Okay, they're gonna fight each other a lot. I gotta kill this guy. He should be dead. So anyways, where was I? I wanted this to be a peaceful game where I talk about college. Instead, it's not very peaceful, is it? It's very non-peaceful. Can't believe that guy didn't push the whole time. I don't think this is a terrible move. Might be. Seems like a decent play. Okay. So yeah, man, like, it's hard to watch people struggle with something like that where they think that they need to do it because someone told them to. When I'm sitting here in a position where it's like, you know, I served and I know it was a mistake. Alright, well. This is a survivor story right here, boys. It's like, I knew it was a mistake, I knew it was an error, and I had to spend a year in friggin' Afghanistan to recover from it financially. And it's not to say that I don't appreciate my life experiences, that I don't appreciate the education, because I do. I just don't think it was the most optimal path, you know what I mean? And that's what it really boils down to, right? Whether or not it was the most optimal decision just to go to school. There's a bush somewhere just chilling, because I remember he walked into the map. I saw him in that fight. But you know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. You think I'm stupid or whatever, but I saw previous presidents were like, you must go to school. You must get an education. And I think that, like, a textbook diploma education is different than an education where you know how to do some shit. Like, the amount of people that don't have degrees that know more shit than I ever will. Like, I'm not arrogant when it comes, like, I am dumb as hell. Like, I have a projector I need to put up in my living room where my ceiling fan is. I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea where to even begin for that. No clue. I'm pretty sure the guy was in that house. Fix a car. No idea how to do that. I mean, just random stuff like cooking. No idea. Clueless. Completely and utterly useless when it comes to that. Completely and utterly useless when it comes to that stuff. Oh my god. I gotta pay attention now. Let's finish this up. So yeah. Anyways, long story short, college was a waste for me. If you're a smart person, top 1% of your class, you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, go to one of those top schools where you actually get something out of your degree, or you're just passionate about learning, do it. But if you're like an artist, if you're good with your hands, if you're mechanically savvy, you know, you don't have to do that. Like, just get to work, make a portfolio, start working for people, start fixing shit, build your clientele. Don't be that guy like me who wasted many of his young years. Well, not wasted, but totally, like I said, inefficiently wasted much of my time doing something that if I'd watched somebody like me explain it, I would have done it totally different. And then, I mean, again, let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with me. Please like and comment and share the video if you want to see more videos like this. And, if you want, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, put it in the comments. I'll tell you what I think about it. All right? Cool. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bang, bang.